Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Podcast, a proud member of the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. Ranson Carr is in this week as guest co-host, and we talked to Keith Irvin about his TV show #Comedy Ain't Easy. We get a couple of calls from either Ed John or Morgan Freeman. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Wednesdays from noon to 2 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence.
All right, it is Wednesday, it is noon, or just a little bit after. It is time for the live radio show here on WWSU. I'm your host, Don Smith, sitting in my co-pilot seat today, my guest co-host, Ranson Carr.
Thanks for having me, Don. Good to be back.
Always have to good you on the show.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, that's true, you do.
It's been my kind of week.
Yes.
It's have to good anybody at this point.
Yeah, we're kind of comparing our weeks, and you might have won.
I don't feel like a winner.
Actually, no, you shouldn't. Actually,
there's something about waiting around in your club, watching guys tear the crap out of your bar for almost 8 hours straight. That really just ruined, and realizing that you're paying a large sum of money to have them do it.
That's right.
I'm glad no alcohol was destroyed because I didn't tell you about Friday either. Friday, I'm sitting down to lunch with my wife, and because Friday's our lunch date day, because she works first shift, I work second shift. We never see each other through the week, so Friday, since I'm off in the morning, I will meet her downtown and we'll have lunch. So we're sitting down to lunch Friday about noon, and my phone rings, and it's one of the girls from the club. Can you come in? There's a problem with the cooler. Okay, let me have lunch and I'll be there as soon as I can. So I went ahead and had lunch, and I went in, and our cooler behind the bar, the thermostat stuck. And because the coil was so dirty on the condenser, it froze up. And we had just bottles of beer exploding all over inside of our cooler, freezing. We threw out, I don't even know how much merchandise and revenue that day. So it's been.
Is it still in the dumpster? I'm asking for a friend.
It still is. It's a nice, I'm sure it's melted by now. It's probably a little flat, and there's a lot of glass in it. But
okay.
The
glass
help
thing's
yourself.
kind of a turn off. Flat beer doesn't bother me. I did a lot of drinking in my 20s.
Yeah, get a strainer,
That's
get
right.
all that glass out of there, and you're good. The only problem is it's in the dumpster where we throw everything. So.
Yeah, and that's not.
And we had shows over the weekends.
Yeah, I don't want to. That dumpster's rough.
Yeah, that it is. But I managed to get like it's a struggle to get on stage at the club I'm part owner of. I managed to get back on stage somehow. I talked to a guy who talked to somebody who got me up on stage Sunday night for the first time in 6 months.
That's good.
Yeah.
How'd it go? Did you get laughs?
I did. I dusted off some old material, which did pretty well. And I tried, about half of my set was either brand new stuff or really reworked stuff. And some of it didn't hit as hard as I wanted. Some of it was okay. The newer stuff did okay. Did well enough for me to continue to work with.
Right.
Rather than just, nope, that's no good. So it was all in all, it was a decent set, I think.
That's good.
Much to Ed John's disappointment, because he was really hoping I was going, because that's the first thing he said to me when I came off stage. He says, I was really hoping you were going to bomb. I said, I know you were, Ed.
That's hilarious. Ed never says stuff like that to me.
No,
he's so nice.
Yeah, that's true. Ed he's a sweetheart. He's a real sweetheart.
Yeah, it sounds like it to you.
Yeah.
I expected the complete opposite. You own the club, you'd be like, great set, Don. Great set.
No, that's
pat you on the butt, send you on the way.
Totally. Like he's the employee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a good night, and that's been the best part of my week so far. So, but I'm back up tomorrow night again for the Life Radio Show Presents. That's a show at 8:00 tomorrow. We're going to bringing Adrian Cosby down to headline for us. No relation to Bill. No, Adrian's local. We all know him. He's a really funny guy. Also have a couple people, Greg Trout and Adam Nutter from the Nerds with Words podcast are coming in from Philadelphia. They're going to co-feature.
Oh, cool.
And Travis Charles is going to do a setup there because we went with kind of a comedians who have podcast theme.
Nice.
Which the interesting thing now is that's pretty much any comedian.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
I
we don't talk enough.
Well, you don't have a podcast, Keith, but you do have a TV show. Hashtag Comedy Ain't
That's
Easy.
right, I do. Comedy Ain't Easy. Hashtag. Look it up. Watch us.
Yes, on DATV. So that's your podcast. You just went fancy and got cameras involved because you think that everybody has to look at you as well as listen.
Well,
to you.
when you got a face like this,
That's true. That's true. So yeah, just about. And I was realizing that Sunday because during the comics hang, every now and then I'll have a comic ask if they can come in and record a podcast in the green room. And I don't have a problem with that, but it's been called for a couple of Sundays because Adrian Miller is wanting to do a repeated one in there. So I said, okay, that's fine. Nobody else has asked for it, so go ahead. And this past Sunday, during the comics hang, we had Adrian recording in the green room. We had Joe Young recording up behind the curtain up at the top in the showroom, and Mike Shea was recording an interview over on the other side of the stage. So there were three podcasts
And then there's
simultaneously
people doing stand up
being recorded.
also.
No, this was just during the hang. During the comics hang. So yeah, it's podcast central there at Wiley's anymore, which is cool. I just hope we all get tagged and get some credit.
Yeah,
in their podcasts.
Yeah, gives everybody a spot to do it. So.
Right. Yeah. And I have no problem with that. Like this Sunday, we're going to have there's no Sunday comics this Sunday, but we're still going to have a comics hang. A lot of it is because there are people that want to record there.
Right.
And actually, I think this Sunday, Mike Shea's coming in to do some filming with me for he's working on a short film that he's going to submit to a short film festival at his alma mater, which I can't remember what university that is, but he's going to be filming this Sunday. So all kinds of things happening there.
Nice.
As I know, well, Rance, I know you've done some filming there for.
We've attempted to do some filming there.
You've attempted?
Yeah, we've tried.
Is it just the wrong times or?
No, I mean it's going good. If you're, talking about the movie or just in general, like talking about filming at Wiley's
in general, just your movie because you were working on.
Here's the worst part. Every
snake
time
drain preppers.
Snake drain preppers. Every time I come here, I'm like, it's so close to being done, Don. It's so close. But let me tell you something. It's closer to being done. Like it's
closer than close.
I'm literally
as long as it gets closer because I've known movies that have taken 3 years to finish.
Yeah. No, this will be done. This should be done with like the filming side of it should be done in like a month. And then, like, it's just a matter of catching up. It's going to take one day, but it's just a matter of getting with everybody to do it. Right. So,
and then
there's going to be a little bit more
editing.
Yeah, I've been editing as I go because I've had free time in between.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so it won't take that long. I'm hoping to get it out, and then I asked Brian Swinehart when I talked to him last, because he's had some success with some of the festivals and stuff like that. I asked him if he'd look at it and see what he thought would be like the right place to send it, being that he's a little more experienced than I am, because I've never submitted to a festival. So
yeah, I was going to ask what your plans were with it after the.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to try the festival first, and if it just falls and doesn't do anything, then I'll put it somewhere else. But
there are a lot of festivals. There are a lot of festivals out there. They usually got a fairly decent chance of getting in one somewhere.
Right.
So.
Let's hope.
So yeah, let's hope.
You're in
I'd
there.
like to see it. Yeah, I'm in there, and that's got to be a boost.
So is Tracy Morgan over here.
Yeah. Yep. I actually haven't introduced him yet. I've introduced you, Rance. Keith Irvin.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Keith Irvin from
Hash.
Yeah.
Over, but geez.
Yep. So just forget it now.
Right.
Keith Irvin. That's IRVIN.
Yeah, not the country singer.
Yeah, Keith Irvin is in the studio from hashtag Comedy Ain't Easy.
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. We've been talking to you already. It's still
going
good.
Yeah. You were talking about you had guys in there jackhammering your floor. I had a guy yesterday with jackhammering in my face.
Yeah.
That explains it.
I had a
Keith
tooth pulled.
sounds a little
I had
groggy.
a tooth pulled, people. Calm down. My dentist was all over me yanking out this tooth that did not want to come out, and he was brutal.
Those are always fun.
Yeah. You know it's bad when he asked his physician assistant to get him a chair.
Yeah, give me a It's even worse if he asked him. It's even worse if he asked him to get him a beer.
Yeah,
right.
And he was wiping off his face like he was in real surgery. It was.
Oh wow! So was it a wisdom tooth or
I don't
just,
know what it was. It must have been a female
just a rotten?
tooth.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like though when like I've been to the dentist and they literally have their assistant that like wipes their head down? Don't you feel like that's like just showing their abuse of power? Like, listen, what I need you to do, she's going to hand me the tools. You wipe my forehead off when I sweat. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Sweat lady.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll do that job. What do they pay?
Yeah.
Like, let me wipe your sweat off.
Yeah, he was sweating. He was,
Yeah, well, now that you mention it, Rance, I am getting a little.
right.
I don't think you pay enough.
Listening over here.
I don't think you pay enough, Don.
Makeup.
Don said, "Who's the name about paying?
Yeah, exactly.
Get over here."
But yeah, so that was my.
Why do you think you're co-host?
That's right. I didn't read other duties on the co-host part here.
What were you saying?
Well, I said, but that was my yesterday. So
Yeah, well, it's. I would have traded you actually because I think it was a lot. Well, the bill. I'll trade you the bill. So it's comparable. Are we? It must have been a bad one then.
Oh yeah.
Well,
it was
I did know
two, actually.
when you came in to work last night because Keith and I work in the same place,
right?
And when you came in, he's my evening relief. When he came in to relieve me
They're
last
always
night,
happy to see me for some
oh,
reason.
absolutely.
Relief.
Yeah,
Right.
He came in. He did have the big ice pack taped to the side of his head.
Like, I'm gonna get these 8 hours. I gotta pay. My mortgage is due.
Exactly.
I need these hours, man.
Yeah, the dentist needs his money, or he's going to come for the rest of
That
the week.
says a lot about your work ethic, though, because I myself would have been like, that's 3 days off right there.
No, not when you're by yourself. I don't have another income. This is it.
Yeah.
So I go in there with one leg, ready to work.
Yep, I can do this. Get up, Keith. I'll crawl in there and fix it. I don't care.
Right.
Well, it's good you made it to the radio show. So.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
How are the pain meds though? Are you on anything?
Oh yeah,
awesome.
baby.
Are you? We'll talk off the air.
Oh yeah. We'll work for food.
Well, what can you tell us about hashtag comedy ain't easy?
Well, we just a little slow on 2018 for some reason. This year, I'm a little slow getting started in my old age.
It's been a
cold,
slow year.
Cold winter.
So you're saying the D Strong Productions
D
isn't as strong as it once was?
Strong is always strong.
Yeah.
Now I will explain the D Strong because I think everybody thinks it's the wrong D Strong they're thinking about. So I will explain that. But first, yeah, we finally got the first shoot in. We are out at the Funny Bone. We had Adrian Cosby, Doug Morgan, Jonathan Craig, and Jay Snyder shoot, which I just put out. Matter of fact, it just aired last night, which I'm pretty proud of my editing skills because I kind of did a little retro. Yeah,
it looked good. It looked good with
black
the
and white with their stand up, and then when we interviewed, and I just kind of pieced it all together, and I thought I did a great job.
Yeah, well, you showed it to me.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
It was
and then
good.
I've got Nate Washington. I'm about to start on. We were at Wiley's when they were there headlining for, I forget.
No, yeah, I was on that show. Yeah,
yeah.
It was like the showcase that we did.
So,
okay,
yeah. So his won't be as I can get his done probably by next week to put it out. And then I'm looking to get Kenny Carpenter and Lori Graves, I think, reached out to me. So it's coming around. It's just, that the body's starting to warm up with the weather. Not today.
But I haven't seen Kenny Carpenter on stage in a while. Is he
Yeah,
still, he's still out and about? I saw him at the convenience store by my house yesterday, but I haven't seen him on stage in a while.
Was he holding any signs
Hopefully
out
shopping.
front? As long as not.
Yeah, he was shopping.
All right.
Okay, he wasn't working.
shoplifting or
Okay.
anything.
I was going to say working, but
Oh, okay.
whatever, white guy.
I'm sorry. That was wrong of me, wasn't it?
But yeah, he's been doing some I don't know, like showcases.
Okay.
He hasn't really.
So he just hasn't been hanging with us open micers.
Right. Yeah. But, he's still out there. I still think he's hilarious, man.
Oh, absolutely. Kenny's awesome. He's been on the show a couple times.
Yeah.
He's always fun in here.
So,
and always fun on stage, too.
So, yeah, I'm just trying to line up some comics to come in. And then next month, I'm going to try like a little special 30-minute where I'm going to get comics to come in that have other talents, like singing, if you play guitar, whatever you do.
There are a lot of comics that play guitar, and I'm not sure if it's a talent.
Well, I mean, you've got to be good. I'm not going to put anybody on there just because they can.
You have to know more than two cards,
right? Yeah.
Chords.
No hot cross buns on my show,
except for yours.
Right, except for mine, baby. But yeah, so it's just something I want to try. I got Leslie Battles coming in from Columbus. She sings, and Belinda coming in from Chillicothe. She's a really good singer. And then of course me and Brock. So we're gonna.
And what are you and Brock's other talents? Oh, you're hosting a show.
We're all gonna sing.
Oh, you're gonna sing too.
Yeah, I would ham bone, but that's.
Brock
swears.
Brock swears he can sing.
Well, we're gonna see because we're putting them on.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Me and Brock used to do a podcast together, and he had like video on his phone, which let me say it doesn't give you complete justice of. It's not going to sound good, you know what I mean? The audio, but it was terrible. It was he was singing "Rooster" by Alice in Chains. And he swore, he was like, it's so good. You guys got to hear it. I really think I hit the notes. And me and the other guy hosting lost it. He started playing it. He goes, what? Is it not good? We're like, that is the worst thing. Like, my dogs would be barking right now. You are a terrible singer. And he just looked at me like I was the meanest person. I'm like, I don't know what you thought. I can't wait.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's going to happen. So
if you need like live audience, I want to be there.
Yeah, we want audience to come down, matter of fact.
Yeah, I'm all in this.
It's on a Monday the 16th from 6 to...
Where are you recording it at?
At DATV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we got the studio, and I would like to at least get maybe 20 people in there.
And this is going to be in the morning or in the evening?
It's in the evening, yeah, okay. 6 p.
Because, hey, if you want to work for me that day, I'll come in and be an audience.
Okay, yeah. We'll do that.
Awesome.
You guys are screwed if you call off to do comedy because the other one's like, wait a minute.
We'll both be.
Yeah, there's no doing that.
Yeah.
You hose the other one. It's like, oh, yeah, you like your job, didn't you? You're gone.
I've worked there for 24 years.
Yeah, I think he'd have the upper hand. So.
At the hospital, and I've got a coworker that I work with on third shift. And I think he's been there 22, and out of that, all them years, I think we've gotten to go out and hang out one time.
Wow.
Because we're on the same shift, so we cover each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's really hard for us to, and I've known him since his kids were like 2. Now they're grown adults, and it's, you just want to hang with people you've known for that long, you think, but
it's hard to do.
It's hard to do, yeah.
How long you been there, Don?
I've been there actually 5 years. It's just a couple years. I was just a resource employee while I was working at Wright State full time, but
gotcha.
I stayed on, so technically I've been there 5 years now.
About time to retire then, isn't it?
No, it's all right.
Good job. You like it? You guys do like maintenance, right?
I'm trying to get something back on day shift because second shift, as far as trying to juggle a comedy club and comedy in general, second shift is brutal.
Life.
Yeah, and life.
Much.
We're getting we had a phone call coming in. Yeah, we're getting a phone call coming in. Do we want to take a phone call? Let's see what we got. This is the Life. You're on the air.
Hey, is this the Life?
This is the Life radio show, yes.
I know who that is.
I heard Ransom Carr was bidding on auction for Stephen Hawking's wheelchair.
It's
true story.
Who isn't?
And he is not going to beat me. He is not going to beat me. I got $75 laid aside.
You better go back to work, son.
Yeah.
I got $75 laid aside.
75 won't even get that wheel.
Yeah,
you're not going to win it with $75, buddy.
Ransom Carr, let me talk to you. I got a bone to pick with you anyway. You and Don Smith and your whole organization.
Oh, we're an organization now.
Yeah.
That's my wheelchair.
They call it a clan, don't they?
Yeah.
That's my wheelchair. My drinking straw.
You get the drinking straw too?
I want it all. I'm a fan. I love his books. I love his Twitter page. That's mine.
You know that's not really a drinking straw. That's how he moves the chair.
I want my drinking straw. Look, I don't care. I want the drinking straw, the multi-directional drinking straw.
Needs to be a crazy straw.
If you put the iPad X, it's mine.
iPad
it's
Touch.
Mine. The iPad X is all mine. For $75.
For $75.
Stop.
Man, that's you drive a hard bargain. I think I'm going to back off the bidding. What about you, Rance?
If I win, I'll let you have the drinking straw.
Okay,
that's a compromise. That's a compromise.
Because I'm backing out altogether.
Everything he did for poetry, I love his haikus, his limericks. I love everything he did for the liberal arts. I really do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's awesome. I just don't want my organization to have a bad rep anymore.
Yeah.
You and your whole organization, look, this is what I voted for this administration. I didn't vote for this.
Hey, just stay away from the Confederate flag and you'll be all right.
Yeah. My vote's supposed to matter, all right?
I've heard it does. It's
and I love your show, Don Smith. I love your show.
I appreciate that. You may hate my organization, but as long as you love my show.
I love your show.
We'll be all right.
I love what you're doing for the community.
Thank you. Yeah, cleaning up some debris before I came here. So.
Yep.
I love
it was a wreck.
Yeah. No, I'm always doing something good for the community.
Vandalia, that's a community.
Yeah.
I live there.
I go there all the time. Clearly,
because nobody even talked to me. So
he loves it. So you're welcome.
All right. Well,
I love it.
We love you.
Thanks for calling in. It was good to hear from you, and good luck on getting the chair and the drinking straw.
Thank you.
I'm backing out because if I can't have it all, I don't want nothing. But I'm rooting for you now because I think I don't think Rance has earned it.
I heard his lips was on the drinking straw when it happened.
Oh, that could be. Makes it kind of more valuable, I guess.
It does.
Well, yeah. I guess that is
everything. Like every other tooth, you know how his teeth was, but that's neither here or there.
Oh, that is
Can't go wrong with DNA. I'm just saying. Ask OJ.
Is that Keith Urban?
What up?
Yep, that's Keith Urban.
Is that Keith Urban?
Keith Urban, yeah.
Keith Urban, I love your comedy, Keith Urban. I'm just calling in because I heard Ransom Carr was after my drinking straw.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it was just the chair I was after. The drinking straw is all you, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love what you're doing for the community. Thank you.
Yes, and I will continue to do that.
Well,
Thank you.
I appreciate the call and the support, but we have to get on with the comedy rundown and probably take a break here. But
all right. Well, thank you.
Well, thanks for calling in.
Hey, thanks, Ed.
You're welcome.
we'll see you soon.
All right.
Bye. Oh,
that was funny.
Yep, gotta love a good drinking straw. See, I always wondered if you put a crazy straw on one of those chairs, would it just drive around in circles real quick?
I don't know. That would be.
We need to test that.
We should. Next show.
We should have tested it on Stephen Hawking.
We'll outbid Ed. We'll outbid Ed and get the chair, and then we'll try it.
Because he'd have been going around in circles, that voice going, ah.
I think that was Ed. Do you think that was Ed?
I'm pretty sure that was Ed. Yeah.
He was kind of mixing me. I was either Morgan Freeman or Ed John. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah. It could.
It was one of those two.
Well, we have Tracy Morgan on, so we have Morgan Freeman calling in.
Very
we're
famous.
we're getting
celebrities all over the place.
We're getting big time.
You're welcome.
Still haven't heard anything about getting Fluffy on next week.
No, it's too bad.
Yeah, that Gabriel Iglesias coming in. So I submitted all the stuff. I just haven't heard back yet. So, but I do have Lori Graves supposed to be on next week. So, that's if we can't get Gabriel Iglesias, Lori Grace is awesome.
Even
that's the queen of Chillicothe comedy.
That's right.
There.
She is off the hook, man.
Absolutely.
She's definitely the hardest working woman in
that
area of Chillicothe there.
Oh, yeah.
Funny. She was at the Hannah's Monday night.
Was
Jackson's open mic. Oh, man. Closed it out. Just 4 people. I mean,
I think
there's 4 people. The rest were comics.
I think the first time I met her was one of the worst sets I've ever had. I mean, she killed, but my set was when you know which one I'm talking about because you were hosting. That was an outdoor show. The one yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. That was I was basically, I forgot my whole set about 5 minutes in.
Oh yeah, that was.
And I was supposed to do, I was supposed to do 10 or 15 minutes, and about 5 minutes in, I'm yelling for Keith to get the hell back up.
Oh,
yeah,
and he's inside the bar.
Everybody bombed. It was bad.
Yep, except for Lori. She came
in.
And she came in and crushed it.
She's a professional, man.
Just to be clear, Ed John is now on my Facebook Live denying that it was him. He said it was not him, but he said to tell you what's up.
Well, that's good because that means
Morgan Freeman.
That means Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman called in.
That's fantastic. And calling in. Not only is he listening, he's actively participating.
Yeah,
that's right.
And that's what we want from Morgan Freeman. It's active participation. We don't want.
I'm just glad I'm making him proud with what I'm doing for the community.
Well, yeah, that's the important part. So.
That's all right. Feed a homeless or two, but that's all right.
Yeah, no.
A homeless or two?
Do
just feed a homeless or two every now and then.
Yeah, just don't pick up stuff, you know.
All right. I'm going to take a drink of water, and I'm going to hit the comedy rundown. Then we're going to play some Potter's Field and take a little break. Here's this week's comedy rundown brought to you by the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in downtown Dayton's historic Oregon District. Call 224-JOKE or go to wileyscomedy.com for all the best in Dayton comedy. Wednesday, tonight, March 14th, Shang Forbes, as I guess the name, is at the Dayton Funny Bone at 88 Plum Street at the Green. Also, local favorite Jay Snyder is going to be featuring on that show. Thursday, March 15th, open mic at the Hookah Bazaar at 958 Patterson Road in Dayton. That show starts at 10 p.m. Sign-ups if you want stage time are at 9:30. But before you go there, at 8 o'clock on Wiley's Comedy Club at 8 o'clock at Wiley's Comedy Club, if I can get all this out. The Life Radio Show presents a night of comedy with Adrian Cosby. Also going to have a couple other people on there. One of them you may be listening to now. That's going to be starting at 8 o'clock. Get your tickets at wileyscomedy.com. If you are so inclined, you can even use a discount code, Life1069. That's capital L, capital I, capital F, capital E, 1069. As a discount code, and you get half off tickets. So come out to the show. If you're listening, use a discount. Come see us. Anyway, Thursday through Sunday, March 15th through the 18th, Damon Williams is going to be at the Dayton Funny Bone. Friday, March 16th, Friday night special at Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in the Oregon District with Nate Washington, Jay Snyder, and Nick Taylor. That's going to be a great show right there. And Sunday, March 18th, there will be a comics hang, but there is no Sunday comics at Wiley's. The comics hang will still be from 5 to 7, but no Wiley's Sunday comics at Wiley's Comedy Club. That is it. As always, check out wileyscomedy.com and DaytonFunnyBone.com for details and tickets to upcoming shows. And I do want to give a quick shout-out to Megan Knight, who recently announced that she was going to be leaving the Dayton Funny Bone. We wish you all the best in the world. You will definitely be missed. And thank you for all you've done and hopefully continue to do for the Dayton comedy community. Don't be a stranger.
For sure.
For sure. And on that note,
sure.
Yes.
Hey,
yeah.
So what if I use small caps on that discount? Is that like half of the discount?
We'll charge you double.
Small L, small I,
caps. Small caps, we charge double. Or small caps. Or, well, lower.
I think it's called
lowercase,
or no caps.
I was just wondering.
Okay, use all caps on that.
Sometimes people get confused.
You get half off. Use all lowercase, and we will charge you double.
Really proud of that Wright State education.
Beat you with the hose when you get there.
I didn't go here.
All right, you guys are mean. Here's some. Here's some Potter's Field. A Peaceful Man.
reason they call them lazy Sundays. There's nothing better than sitting around and enjoying the comforts of a good book. But what book should that be? Well, every Sunday, Eventide brings you The Bookseller, hosted by Jessica Gillen. Each week, Jessica breaks down a different book and tells you everything you need to know before cracking it open and getting lost in a whole new world. Tune in every Sunday for The Bookseller with Jessica Gillen, brought to you by Eventide Entertainment.
All right. All right, we're back on the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith, sitting in with guest co-host Ranson Carr and Keith Irvin from hashtag Comedy Ain't Easy. And you were going to tell us about D Strong Productions, so we didn't get the wrong idea, which most of us already have.
Yeah. D Strong is not my anatomy, people. Get that out the way. D Strong is a friend of mine. She was 41. She passed of leukemia within a year of maybe 3 or 4 years ago. So she was a good friend of mine, and I watched her go through it and how strong she was the whole time. So, which with that benefit you were talking about, that outside Darlene is her name. So I just put it D Strong Productions, everything positive, because she kept it positive to the last day before she passed. So that's what D Strong is. So
okay, not humorous at all.
It's not
There's
humorous.
Nothing
there's nothing.
It's okay.
It's just.
But it's meaningful.
It's meaningful, yeah.
It's got a lot more meaning than I thought it did.
Right, yeah.
Every time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that's
promoting the.
No, I'm not.
out there.
I'm 54, dude. That ship has sailed. It just do what it do.
Yeah. It might have been a little different name.
Right. Can we take a break? Productions.
Yeah.
Yep. It's D.
D napping now.
Yep. D Rest Productions.
So anyway.
Deflated D Production.
Yeah.
All right, now get off my D.
Yeah.
Get off my D.
Yep. Get off his D, man. What's wrong with
Sorry.
Yep. Just loses all control when he gets in here. First
man.
He's trying to wipe sweat off my eyebrows. Somehow we've turned this around on you now.
Yeah. It's all right.
And I haven't even made fun of your Starbucks yet.
Yeah, I was waiting. As I bought it, I thought.
I just noticed it. I was like, oh.
I was like, I wonder how quick I can chug this so Don doesn't see it, but it was too hot. And I'm a sissy when it comes. I got to drink lukewarm coffee. I can't drink hot coffee.
Me too.
Because didn't bring enough for everybody.
Yeah. My wife can literally pour it in a cup, put her cream in it, and then put it back in the microwave and warm it. I'm like, why do you do that?
Wow.
And then she'll sip on it for a couple minutes, and then she warms it back up again. And I go, what? Why does it have to be that hot? It's like...
Yeah, it doesn't need to be that hot. It's kind of like hot food, spicy food. And if it's so hot you can't taste it, what's the point?
What's the point?
I like spicy food, but I don't want it where it's like painful.
Right, exactly. You don't want to do the ghost pepper challenge, is what you...
Yeah, I don't want any part of that. No way.
Me either, because that's stupid.
Because it hurts then, and then it hurts again later.
Exactly.
You know?
You're from both ends.
Yes, exactly.
Like rough sex. Why would you?
D Strong.
D Strong.
Hashtag, baby.
Can we like change what the meaning is? Like, can you edit that out?
And then this is like the most calls. What's that?
Can we edit out D Strong, like his whole meaning, and we'll make our own voiceover?
No, just kidding. Hey, we're getting another call. This is like a callful show here. This is the Life. You're on the air.
I'm calling from Wakanda. I wish to speak to your host from Wakanda.
I have a host
your show from Wakanda.
We are international.
That's nice.
Yeah,
you got viewers all over the place.
We love your show here in Wakanda, and we want to say thank you for all you do for entertainment in Wakanda. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
Thanks again, Ed. You're fantastic.
I'm kind of an idiot. Where exactly is Wakanda?
Wakanda. This is not Ed. You're not doing Ed.
You don't know Ed?
Wakanda.
You don't know any Eds at all in Wakanda.
I have my vibranium iPhone in my hand, and I'm calling from Wakanda to say thank you for everything you do in Wakanda.
What kind of iPhone?
It is made of vibranium. You would know this if you saw our movie.
Oh.
I have sources that tell me you have not seen our movie.
I have not.
We have not got to see Black Panther yet. It's nothing to do.
I heard another white man say he has not seen the Black Panther movie.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't seen it.
Movie, Keith?
Oh man.
But I don't go to the theater very often.
I don't have time for the
folks
game.
in Wakanda are going to be really upset.
Yeah, them and Ed. Like
Ed's on that too.
Well, you know they're going
to. But I love the life, and we have many students at Wright State University. So I would like to say thank you.
You guys in Wakanda should get a life.
Hey.
We love your show.
Don't upset my international viewers. Listen.
Right,
Sorry.
That's an
And they have
expensive
superpowers
call
there,
right
so
there.
Exactly.
You would not talk to the king of Wakanda in this show.
This is the king.
Oh,
King. I am the Black Panther. And you would not speak to me in this show.
I'm gonna Rance. We're gonna have to see the movie now.
Yeah, no, actually, me and Don had plans.
I have sold over $1 billion in ticket revenue. You would not address the king of Wakanda in this manner.
Did Ed get fired from his job?
I don't know, but
I would not
I think he did.
insubordination. I would not have this constant insubordination spoken to me.
this ain't the life anymore. This is the open mic.
Yeah.
He getting his 5 minutes in.
I would not stand for the first Killmonger, and then I would not have this insubordination.
Ask him if
I
you
did
ever
not
heard of the
know Arnold
Deltones.
Schwarzenegger was from Wakanda.
What'd you call him?
Sorry. Arnold Schwarzenegger, African American.
First Killmonger, and now I would not have this insubordination.
All right. Well, King, thank you for calling.
T'Challa.
Tra-la-la. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, does Wakanda have 3-piece Wednesday like we do it at least?
We have 6
Asking for a
pieces.
friend.
We have 6 pieces.
Say that. Get it out.
What kind of quiche?
We have 6 pieces and unlimited biscuits in Wakanda.
To wipe your phone off on that one.
Yep, 6 quiches and biscuits.
I had all y'all. Later.
See ya.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think Ed's unemployed.
Yeah, I was wondering, did he just completely leave his job? He's got.
Yeah.
Yes,
did.
he
I'm not going to lie.
He's
I
about-
like this.
Yeah.
I like this that
He
he's doing.
did.
about-
Well, I heard he was going to move,
Yeah,
but
yeah, he left his job.
I heard he was going to move.
He's still hanging
like,
around for a little while till his lease is up, and then actually he's heading back to. Was that?
He said, "I'm done.
He's done.
Until Dan comes in, I'm sure.
Yeah,
and then
yep, Ed, thanks for calling in.
That was awesome.
Ed made this really fun.
Yeah.
That was funny.
All right.
Yeah, I actually heard on your show last week you guys were talking about him moving, and I was like, wait a minute, I still got to film him in one more scene.
Yep, you
I literally
better hurry.
messaged him right away. He's like, no, I'm not leaving yet. He's like, it's not going to be that quick, but I am leaving.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, we got to
He's
film
chasing
this.
it. He's chasing his dream. Good for him.
Well,
man.
yeah, you
He's
got
young.
to. Cause,
I like Ed.
yeah.
Ed's a good guy.
Yeah, you got to do that before you're tied down to the wife and the house and the
Yeah.
club.
Or
and-
Wait a
just
minute. I ain't got none of that. I'm still here.
yeah. What are you doing?
you were chasing the wrong
not as
dreams.
strong as we
Right.
thought.
Yeah, you were chasing the wrong dreams, Keith.
I was chasing the dream of.
Yeah, you were even a secret HVAC tech.
Yeah, out undercover.
HVAC tech.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't know what I know.
Oh, great.
Uh-oh.
He's actually here.
Yeah, we're about to be invaded by our own military.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Should we hit a couple of news stories before we
Yeah,
before we
not
sign
that
off? So, some of these I haven't seen in a while because they're like every now and then I have to kind of like products on a grocery store shelf. Every now and then you got to put the stuff that's about to be outdated forward. So some of these stories I haven't actually read in about 3 weeks.
All right.
So I don't know what we're getting into here. Police say a damning clue led to the arrest of a Pennsylvania man charged with stealing a pot of meatballs. Red sauce smeared on his face and clothes. Authorities in Luzerne County have charged 48-year-old Lehman Glenn Robert Potter. What a name. What is
Sorry.
that? Oh,
That was me. Sorry.
I thought you had gas over there. Now we know who really stole the meatballs, Rand. Authorities have charged 48-year-old Lehman Glenn Robert Potter with burglary, criminal trespass, and theft by unlawfully taking. Theft by unlawfully taking. Why don't they just say theft? Is there theft by lawfully taking? You lawfully took it. It's not theft. Why do you have to... Laws. For allegedly swiping a pot of meatballs from a man's garage on Monday. Why the man was keeping meatballs in his garage, no one knows. Police say the victim reported his meatballs missing and told officers around 2:30 p.m. Monday that he saw Potter standing in front of his house with red sauce on his face and clothes. The pot was found on the street. It's unclear if Potter washed the sauce off before he was arrested a short time later. So, have you ever had to call the police and say that your meatballs are missing?
I was just wondering how many times you're going to say pot in there. Like
right.
pot.
I'd say if you're going to go into another man's garage and steal his meatballs, there's probably pot involved.
Yeah, I'd say that he knew something was going on. He knew those meatballs were in there. He knew what he was after.
Yeah, he had.
Listen, I'll do some things for some meatballs.
Why is this man cooking meatballs in the garage?
That's
what I want.
That's
why
another
wouldn't
good
he?
question.
Is that not a thing that we do?
We got this thing called a kitchen where I'm from. I mean, I know you from West Carrollton. And
Or
it's not Vandalia.
Right, I do know where you're from.
I just thought everybody cooked meatballs in their garage.
Yeah.
Only at Christmas.
Yep. Oh, Christmas meatballs. Yeah, you got to cook those in the garage to get the good oil and fuel flavor.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
I don't... I've never cooked meatballs in the garage, and I don't know if I would eat garage meatballs.
You would.
If they were really good. If they were really
How
good,
are you going to
meatballs,
know unless you try them, and you're going to try them, and you're like, they're really good?
Well, you can tell if a meatball's gone bad by the smell.
Ugh. I don't want to wait that long.
Right.
Yeah.
And if he's reporting it, how many days later did he?
Yeah, that's why the guy ate the meatballs. He was afraid they were going to go bad.
Yeah,
So
he did him a favor.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
Exactly. He was going to have rancid meatballs, not ransom.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
He was going to have bad meatballs in his garage. We can't have that. Yeah, rancid car.
I've heard that one. I've heard ransom. I've heard all. I've heard it all.
Yeah,
it's enough.
Yeah.
RV King.
It's a cool name.
Yeah, that's you gave me that one. That was all you.
Elvis Presley is officially running for a congressional seat in Arkansas, but don't confuse him with the rock and roll icon unless he's performing. Elvis D. Presley performs shows as the late superstar Elvis A. Presley, but he's also now filed to run libertarian nominee, challenging Arkansas Republican Representative Rick Crawford. Both men filed paperwork on Monday to run for the first congressional district in eastern Arkansas. Crawford has represented the area for 4 terms. Presley has previously run for Arkansas governor, land commissioner, and state legislature. Elvis Presley's back in the news. So,
Elvis D. Presley.
And yes, if you're I have to wonder, is that his birth name, or did he change his name? Because if that's his birth name, in Arkansas, I can definitely see it.
Right.
But I can also see somebody that's an Elvis impersonator legally changing their name.
That could be.
To run for...
I mean, what are the odds his last name was Presley?
Right.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Jeff Jackson did it.
Jeff Jackson.
Eddie Murphy, Jeff Jackson. You never seen that movie when he ran for...
Oh, great. We're about to look like bigger racists. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Y'all watch any black movies?
Movie.
How about Roots? Did you see
Medea?
That one?
I saw the entire Roots miniseries.
Yeah.
Miniseries.
It was.
Yeah, they broke it up.
That's how it started. Yeah.
Is that
it was
not
a miniseries.
Is that a white thing too? Miniseries?
I guess. I don't know.
We never put that on the end of, but that's all right. You're getting there. It's 2018?
Because it wasn't just a movie.
Right, yeah, it was a series, but you could say
and
Roots.
When it first came out on TV, I was a youngin', and the whole thing.
I watched Boys in the Hood.
Yeah,
I know what's up, son.
Yo.
Mean Streets of West Carrollton. I knew what was up.
Or Vandalia, whichever.
Or Vandalia.
Whichever bio you're reading.
Yeah, that's right. I would drink my Starbucks, sip on my Starbucks up on the porch, worried about my life day after day. Yeah. That's what's up.
I was trying to think of the Jen and Starbucks song, but
is there a Starbucks song?
If there is, I need to know it.
I was going to say, yeah.
I'm trying.
You should be singing it.
I'm trying to
now.
be their like spokesperson. They're just not. They haven't hired me yet. But I think I'm in the running.
Yeah.
Me and Elvis D. Presley.
Yeah. Right.
Yep. I'm sure he drinks Starbucks. Do they have Starbucks in Arkansas?
My brother lives in Arkansas. I should text him and ask him.
Yeah, you should, because I mean, I don't even know if Arkansas is,
That's coffee.
has people.
They definitely have coffee. Because I asked him one time. I said, if you drink a lot of coffee, this is a stupid story. If you drink a lot of coffee, do you get dehydrated? And he was like, no. And I was like, I just feel like I always got to drink a ton of water when I drink a lot of coffee, because I get all the water I need from my coffee. So they've definitely got coffee there.
Yeah. Well, I think like most of the South, you're either drinking coffee, tea, or booze. That's really There's
he
no
actually lived in a dry county in Arkansas. How about that? For a while.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It actually makes it worse.
You go a county over. And
yeah,
you
they
get
stock
all you want.
up.
Yeah, you stock up, and then like everything else, you stock up. You're going to drink more of it,
right?
Because you have it.
You know what? I'll try to bring him in on Facebook Live and see if he can, answer the question for us.
The Arkansas Starbucks question. Authorities say a Massachusetts trolley driver paid a man $2,000 to attack him while wearing a Halloween mask, so the driver could fraudulently collect workers' compensation and disability insurance. A Suffolk County grand jury on Wednesday indicted Tom Lucy on charges of insurance fraud, workers' compensation fraud. It's one of those workers' compensation frogs.
Wow.
Workers' compensation fraud, misleading a police investigation, and perjury. Prosecutors say the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority driver reported the man pulled him out of the trolley shortly after midnight on October 31st and punched him repeatedly. The attacker wore a mask and carried a plastic pumpkin. Why not, if you're going to beat up a bus driver?
Wow.
Or a trolley driver, sorry. Authorities say they lifted fingerprints from the pumpkin left behind at the scene. Why would you leave your pumpkin? That's first rule of beating up a trolley driver. Take the pumpkin. Yeah.
Make your pumpkin spice later. I see what you're doing.
Exactly. Fingerprints lifted from the pumpkin left behind at the scene to find the man, and that he said Lucy paid him for the phony attack.
Hey, Lucy. That's my date. I paid her to do that too.
With a pumpkin? Yeah. Beat me with
Just
a pumpkin. It's Yep. D strong. See, it's hard to make fun of the name now, knowing the true meaning behind it. And thank you, Keith,
you guys are doing a pretty good job at it.
Well, yeah, we're going to make fun of anything.
It's a very sweet, nice thing that you're doing there, but I have to make fun of it on the other side.
Right.
Not
that's
for what it really
comics
is.
Do.
What it really is, it's a beautiful thing. But what I want it to be, it's not.
Right. I feel you. I get it. We're comics. I get it. As long as the message get out there.
Exactly. And as long as people listen to hashtag or watch.
Yeah, you can watch it live. You can watch it right now.
Well, you can
YouTube.
listen to it if your TV tube's not working, or if you still have a TV with a tube in it.
Right.
Then you probably
if
still
you
have.
do, yeah, you got other issues to think
an old
about.
transistor radio, and you're listening to us right now in a dark basement somewhere. And welcome to the show. They know
feels
that.
Awfully homely for you, Don.
Yep. Yes.
All right, he's not getting on live. I'm just gonna have to shoot him a text. We need the answers.
Okay, we do. We have to know. That's the $1 million question.
You can ask Siri, right?
Who?
You think Siri's been to Arkansas? Give me a break here.
Yeah, exactly.
Siri's been there. Mine has.
Arkansas. I don't even think you can Google Arkansas. It'll come up with
Starbucks
Bill Clinton.
In Arkansas.
There we go. Just bringing in this new technology.
I found this on the web. Is there a Starbucks in Arkansas?
Yes.
That's late.
That's it?
Yeah, she didn't even answer. I don't even believe D Strong over here.
No. Oh, he's showing you.
It's
we
showing
can't
you where
show.
it's at.
Oh, you could have typed that. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I don't believe anything you say. You're
so
a
is
liar.
it just the one, though?
Here you go, Rock.
It's just one in Little Rock.
I'm getting off a bad reflection there. People are getting dizzy.
This is good radio right here.
We're on Starbucks. They ain't giving us no money.
Yeah, we're advertising Starbucks in Arkansas, which apparently they only have the one, according to Siri. Is it at least in Little Rock? Is it in the,
Well, I didn't know you wanted me to look and tell you where it's at. What, were we going?
Yeah, road trip, man. Life Radio
I'm
show
down.
road
Let's do
trip.
it. It's going to be a great afternoon.
Absolutely. You didn't know you were signing up for all this. You thought a couple-hour radio
Yeah,
show.
no, this is
it's
far
a road
better than I even
trip
imagined.
to Arkansas, because I want to see if their Starbucks tastes the same as ours.
I would say yes.
Probably, yeah.
I'm getting the answers.
You're getting the answers.
Depending on that Arkansas water, I don't know. It could be.
That's true. That could be a whole different thing. Because I'd say there's definitely something in the water in Arkansas.
They actually have springs that they drink out of, like water springs. I've drank out of it. It's pretty tasty. All right off the mountain. Or it could have been my brother peeing up at the top of the rock. I don't know. But either way, it tasted pretty good.
Yeah,
what was you drinking is what I want to know.
It was lemonade.
Are
Straight
there
off the
mountains
mountain.
in Arkansas?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know there were mountains in Arkansas. I thought that was like more middle of the country where there wasn't anything other than...
Unless my dad lied to me and said we were in Arkansas, but that's where we were.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
were in
the Ozark Mountains.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Ozarks.
Up,
I got you.
was that northeast of Arkansas?
Yeah, okay. I saw the series on Netflix.
Oh, gosh.
I forgot that's where that was. But they didn't look like mountains to me. They just looked like lakes. Yeah,
bush on it.
Well, I knew they had hills in Arkansas because they got hill folk, but yeah,
it's a totally different. We were out there, and like you got to watch out for everything out there. You got snakes and trees and bears, and I was not like Ohio. Walking through and garter snake, look out! Like
eek.
Right? Oh, yeah, big.
Yeah, you got stuff to worry about there.
Yeah,
No, never mind.
All right. On the note of black snakes, we're going to go ahead and get. It's time to go ahead and take a break. Keith Irvin, thank you for coming in. You can stick around if you want, if you've got nothing to do. But of course, you third shifter. You can go home and sleep if you want to.
Oh, I can do that too. I'm single, so I got options. I can do any damn thing I want.
Yeah, I'll probably have you move to the side over here if that's all right with you. We'll discuss this off air. So we're not using up valuable radio time discussing a seating chart.
Thank you for having me, Don. I really appreciate it.
It's always good to have you in. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we will be back here shortly. Thanks for listening to the Life Podcast. Check us out on Eventide Entertainment's podcast network. Remember, if you want to listen live, we're on Wednesdays from noon to 2 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can always stream the show live at wwsu1069.org. If you have suggestions or comments for the show, feel free to email us at thelife1069@gmail.com.
Overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
And I love your show, Don Smith. I love your show.